Tes, tes, tes.
Stream 4.
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
On the still waters of oblivion. Let the show begin!
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Another blood debt repaid.
You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 1.
Destined for oblivion. Dreams do come true. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Let the show begin!
Feeling spiffy?
On the still waters of oblivion.
Can you find the answer?
Destined for oblivion.
Feeling spiffy?
On the still waters of oblivion.
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Let's improvise. Let the show begin. Destined for oblivion.
It ain't over.
Again.
Feeling spiffy? Can you find the answer?
On the still waters of oblivion. Dreams do come true. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Feeling spiffy?
On the still waters of oblivion. Let the show begin!
Can you find the answer?
Destined for oblivion. Let's improvise. haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey! Wake up! The sun's frying your butt! Are you okay? Can you hear me? I didn't hear a peep from your room, and it really freaked me out.
Lu, tes, cek 1, 2, 3. Apa kabar, Abang Ranji?
You're not dreaming. We're in the... Even though it's been a day, I still break into a sweat when I think about it. Our trailblazing expedition almost ended in Penacony. I'm so jealous that you got a good night's sleep. I was traumatized and too scared to even close my eyes. I thought if I fell asleep, I'd never wake up again.
Susah ngawasin stream nih. Dia nggak keluar chatnya di ini. Overlay-nya nggak bisa di atas game. Saya nonton dari HP, ribet juga.
The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, "The Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt." After all, they can't just reveal the truth about the Order. Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting. Everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and pack. We're leaving as
Itu
soon
dah
as you're ready.
perlu monitor kedua emang. Pengen nyari ini. Kalau ada sebenarnya aplikasi buat sambungin ke HP biar lebih lancar.
After
Lumayan latensi sih. Ada 15 detikan lebih mungkin.
It's a massive airship, and it's awesome. I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it and enjoy the breathtaking views of Penacony. The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus the Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, "The Charmony Festival was attacked." Now all the major... Why the sudden interest in that? Well,
Ya,
I
lumayan lah.
was dragged into the sweet dream. I felt a cold tentacle diving into
Cuma
my
artinya ya,
memories.
saya
But
baru bisa balas
something else was there.
balas orang 15
So the
detik
tentacle
kemudian.
suddenly disappeared.
Kalau orang baru masuk nih,
Then I dreamed about
auto left.
stuffing my face with delicious food and going on a shopping spree. Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that cheesy illusion was just a piece of cake. Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship, so let's catch up with everyone at Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Absen.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. Just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no trace. Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some excitement?
Well, you know my script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens, right?
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will dissuade you. Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my card, you know the pin. She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself. Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony. He's always so subtle with his words.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. You know me. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. Or maybe I'll give it to Blade. He'll appreciate it. That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Welcome, Director Topaz. The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference starts, I'm afraid.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect them to go with a luxury airship.
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship, named the Radiant Feldspar, belongs to the Alfalfa family. This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at well, somewhere secretive in the moment of morning dew. The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious enough.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IPC stance beforehand. This influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious and watch out for any traps.
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious. Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it. I'll do it right away.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean, really serious.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
I couldn't fell right. Just completely planted.
None of the important figures have arrived yet. Huh. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around. Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the... Numby, catch! Oh, looks delicious, huh?
Greetings, madame.
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant Feld?
I assume you are the ambassador of the Radiant Felspar is owned by Mr. Odie Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount in building this luxurious airship an Ember era ago, and it has been sailing across the 12 hours of the dreamscape ever since.
Oh, so it's owned by old Odie himself. No wonder the ship is so lavishly decorated.
Indeed, Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests are invited by the Alfalfa family to board this airship. please allow me to continue my introduction. The Radiant Felspar had been cruising over the Sea of Dreams in Penacony for an entire Ember era. But its voyage was temporarily halted due to the recent reverberation.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. You're really downplaying the whole thing. I apologize. Please continue.
Following the previous reverberation in the Sweet Dream, the Radiant Felspar had to suspend its voyage temporarily. Thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival, originally scheduled at the Penacony Grand Theater, had to be temporarily postponed. So, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Felspar, taking this opportunity to announce the resumption of the airship's voyage.
Ah, well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa
Mantap,
himself.
Abang Ranji.
Quite thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye.
So many buttons. How many centuries would it take to press them all? Huh. Didn't expect those pooches to actually recycle them all.
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those objects.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been handing... According to those involved, he said something like, "Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode!" Luckily, no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collected these buttons just to be on the safe side.
Where's that prankster? Haven't the hounds caught him yet?
Yeah, that guy has some skills, I'll have to admit that. However, you know, the Bloodhound family won't give up. Whoever disrupts order in the dreamscape will face severe consequences. Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please, kindly keep your distance.
Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves? I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalating it? Seriously, what's your purpose?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up? In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena. I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
Anjay.
It's been a while, Madam Jade.
Ada Shift Master.
I'm honored to have the opportunity to work with you.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like Madam.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stone Hearts, I
Ayo
need you to be
main.
at your
Sensei
best.
Aleng, ayo main.
Especially
Main ya.
since the upcoming negotiations leave no room
Jadi
for
main
error.
HSR.
As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference, right?
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits before the official negotiations between the IPC and Penacony.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that, as the head of the Alfalfa family, his actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony would suggest, as long as the influence of Harmony hasn't completely permeated their core. Personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Penacony haven't entirely suppressed their own desires. It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family heads.
Yes, that's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess, where every move needs to be carefully thought out.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal experience.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors from the Strategic Investment Department.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony. Aventurine has already made a small opening, and you and we're going to tear it wide open.
Welcome aboard my ship, the Radiant Feldspar. Smart and charming ladies. Please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation. Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all Strategic Investment Department employees.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Penacony economy.
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. You're definitely skilled in the art of conversation. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point instead. Since I invited you IPC ambassadors on board, I'm sure you've figured out the topic I'd like to discuss, yes?
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But what was it all for? Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes. Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real, are they not?
You used the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking. Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even come close to an old fellow like me. Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense potential and opportunities, and that the family remains confident in its future.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony to regain the spotlight. And if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions of people.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of it. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
Of course.
Besok
Take
paling
your
saya
time,
stream
dear lady.
game tuh. Belum belum ngetes ini. Masih ngetes ini dah. Stream di YouTube. Biar ada vote-nya kalau di
The
YouTube.
Alfalfa family had a
Di,
meeting
di
with the
TikTok nggak ada
IPC.
story saya.
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor. It's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within. Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would rather take a step back and invite the IPC to negotiate at the table, ostensibly to cooperate, but in reality, to secure more opportunities for
Besok
their
harus
survival.
stream beda lagi soalnya. Biar
No
bisa
wonder they
pasang
sought the mediation
hashtagnya.
from the Astral Express.
Biar
In your
masuk ke review ini ya.
Who should we stand behind?
Di web anu itu.
I
Web
don't think the
key-nya.
followers of the Harmony are. If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would
Besok
return
Minggu
to
jam
its
berapa tapi ya?
previous illusory dream of hedonism, and the
Budayaan
efforts of
pagi-pagi.
those previous nameless would once again. There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep. She went to negotiate with the family as a representative of the crew. She'll contact us once her arrangements are ready.
After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak family fell unconscious, but fortunately, their lives were not in danger.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher
Siap.
Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already.
That's what we're about to witness on the Radiant Feldspar.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. While quite different from the truth, this appears to be the outcome with the least impact.
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet dream again. Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of Glory of the Trailblaze to all of you. Yeah, it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something. Music? Atmosphere? Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn to the nameless resting in peace. And to Gallagher.
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition. No related record. However, now that more powers in the universe... In my dream, the given the conductor's presence, like I said, we'll go...
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable. Hopefully we've all gained insights about ideals, paranoia, clarity. One bird longs for the earth and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin, however, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable, he will face a trial. As for further details, the family. Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table. As a result, a more senior representative arrived in Penacony. As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable... Since the family took up residence in Penacony, the Order has been That's the claim the family makes. Well, it was somewhat surprising. In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost friends. And for some reason, when I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, I became aware. The conclusion of a journey can often...
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way out, so I unwrapped it and found out it was a button with a... But who would launch such an obvious attack? They just want to stir up, and by the time I turned around, the person had already vanished. So I'm really worried.
Ready to mix your drink? I'm not sure. I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. Come to think of it, he always did come. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all. Such is the mystery that is Gap. I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already... Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? All right, as you wish. I think I have an idea. Here's Bitter Dreams. Not a bad choice. Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, there's no better way than mixing a drink. Blend all your memories and emotions together. Well, it's done. Here's to the Nameless resting in peace. And to my friend, Gallagher. Death is a bitter truth, but what you did will be remembered by his... We're not accepted by the outside world, so we... And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers. Oh, are you leaving? I've mixed more of this last special drink for you.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. All right, enough whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony. There's still a long journey ahead. So let's lift our spirits, guys, and embark towards our tomorrow. course.
Old Odie is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going public at such a critical moment for Penacony.
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of boldness that made him the Odie Alfalfa he is today. Still, the outcome is uncertain.
Ah, they agreed. But it'll take some time before they arrive.
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be served after the bitter poison.
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchanging apples step this time around.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top quality asset within the cosmos, with good credit, lucrative potential, and promising prospects.
Well, that's obvious, but what I truly wanted to know is, this project is obviously too bland for your taste, isn't it?
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Venturine.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself, to finish this gamble.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you. It's like one big, elaborate game of chess.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate. Well, at least he's still alive, and that's the best outcome.
Looks like...
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored guest and wait for my message.
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar. Looks like this collateral won't be returned. There's a good child. Do as you're told. Yeah. There's a good child. Do as you're told. Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar, so I'm here making some preparations. How about you? Have you spoken with Mr. Alfalfa?
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well, Miss Robin?
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business. But in other respects, I can't say the same.
Where do you think the future of the planet of festivities is headed?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth, just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage. The Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually sail into the future. There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both take what we need from this deal.
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
See you later, Miss Jade.
As a good child, do as you're told. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa. Let's continue our discussion.
Figured out something already, Miss Jade? But where is Miss
Apa nih tiba-tiba
Topaz?
perkedel sayap nih?
Topaz has something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later.
Siapa yang ngomong perkedel sayap tuh?
Talks can still continue between the two of us.
Squidward apa SpongeBob
Is
ya?
it just me, miss? Your tone sounds very different.
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be too loose-lipped during negotiations, right? Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has seen the changes in the cosmic market over the past 10 Amber Eras.
Interesting. Now that's interesting. Good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency are my...
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Let's cut to the chase. First, your plan won't work. Penacony has no way of sidestepping the IPC and going public. Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connections in the world to find a way in. We'll keep tearing down and rebuilding this place until the Asdana system gets used to the IPC's ways again. Now, I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning for you at the official conference, you'd better drop your little pie-in-the-sky plan.
Oh, interesting. You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious...
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. More than half the news networks in the universe take their orders from us. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will immediately receive a message like this. The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in permanent brain death. Care to guess how many ways we have to turn Alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hours? With the...
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a tight leash. However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize the interests of the family heads under your leadership. After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing, starting by acquiring 30% equity shares. With our financial support, stabilizing and rebuilding Penacony will be a piece of cake.
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
That's the brilliant part of it all. The answer is simple. No one. There are no guarantees. It all hinges on self-awareness and mutual respect. You're a smart merchant, old Odie. Isn't the whole purpose of this elaborate game to showcase your business acumen and seek more benefits for the family? It benefits us if we both take a step back. And if that's not enough for you, I'm pretty sure that another goal of making Penacony go public is to expand the influence of the Planet of Festivities and attract more customers. I understand your concern, and I have a solution for that, too.
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. As the head of the Alfalfa family, I don't think I have any reason to refuse your offer. However, as their chosen one, I still need one final answer.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient Amber Era, about the ascension of Shipe, the Harmony, and the downfall of Enna, the Order. The Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So, why does the IPC, as a follower of the Amber Lord, seek collaboration with the family instead of aligning with the Order?
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency among the stars. The IPC has the power to perpetually ensure their value. With each new world integrated into the credit system, the IPC adds another building block to its cause. By then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange and circulation. And the heart of everything will be Klepoth's credit.
Ah, and then the IP.
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation. So I'm sure you can understand. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
All right. Tell me your solution.
Then let's continue our conversation. Please, Topaz, invite Sweet Dew to join us at the table. Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express.
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to...
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express? It's a pleasure to meet you.
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC is expected to hold 30% of Penacony's shares. Then, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to honor the sacrifices and
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, I will represent the Astral Express and fulfill my duty as a member of the board of directors. The entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on one. The path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur.
Berapa jam stream nih? Sejam. Ya kayaknya udah dulu deh. Ini sudah mengantuk. Ya udah cukup sampai di sini. Thank you yang udah nonton ya. Kawan-kawan. Random ini.
Looks like this collateral won't be returned.
Ya sampai jumpa next time.